Hello. There's been a lot of talk about sourcing of vinyl records and whether digital is okay or not. I have a few records here in my collection. One of them I know for sure was sourced digitally, but let's talk about that. Here I actually have 2 Mobile Fidelity records and 2 other records from other companies. One of them is an original master recording of Weezer. Here, this record, bought it used, sounds very, very good, but for all I know, they cut it from a digital file, which may have been produced by an analog tape, but it came out in recent days that Mobile Fidelity is running the analog tapes and creating a DSD file to do the mastering from and then cut from that DSD. And anybody that doesn't know DSD, there's a physical optical disc format on the market called SACD or Super Audio CD, which is where DSD actually comes from. But this record, honestly, this Weezer record, the blue record, sounds totally fine to me. It sounds great. Sounds better than my son's Target exclusive that he has. That is actually on a blue record. It's the same color as the cover. Now, my understanding watching the interview is any records that say Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab at the top, those are ones supposedly where yes, it's from an analog tape, but they couldn't verify that the tape was a original analog master. But again, you know, people have long thought that these silver label ones have been digitally cut from digital sources, but we now know it's from them not verifying the tape. So they don't put original master recording on it. But again, more than likely played back on from the analog tape to DSD and then cut from the DSD. But this B52s sounds very good. Now, I have a record here from 1980. It's on a super disc, actually. I'm just going to pull one of the sleeves out because I still have the original shrink wrap on this one. It is Fleetwood Mac Rumors. I got this sealed, and it is a super disc, which was an audiophile disc in the 80s, and there's the back of it there. And it is pretty well known that the super discs are sourced from digital sources. Now, this super disc sounds phenomenal. To me, it sounds very good. I personally play this one over the other one that I have, mainly because I don't like flipping the record as much. I'm just going to pop this back in here. And the super disc, it's actually in, you know, I have it in a Mofi sleeve, but, you know, it's just got the Warner Brothers sticker that says super disc on it. But this record sounds phenomenal. This is mint condition because I got it sealed and I just opened it. So the other one I have is the 45 RPM Pella pressing, which is in a gatefold. Now, supposedly the Pella pressing is sourced from analog tape and cut from analog tape, but it is 2 LPs because it has to be played back at 45 RPM. Now, I will admit that this Pella pressing sounds substantially better than the super disc, but I don't like having to flip the record over so much, so if I do listen to Fleetwood Mac Rumors, I honestly just listened to the Super Disc from 1980, which that physical record, it's 1 year older than me because I was born in 81. But this Fleetwood Mac Rumors sounds honestly phenomenal, but I do listen to the Super Disc so that this one just doesn't get wear on it. I do have some other records. I do have the Cyndi Lauper Mobile Fidelities, but I also have the originals to those records. And honestly, I haven't really done a comparison on those, but I plan on doing that in a future video. Me personally, if they're running the analog tape to create the DSD file, I do understand that DSDs don't really lose much information, if any at all. And because of the higher frequency response of DSD, they can pull more information out. So personally, as long as Mobile Fidelity's quality stays the way it is, I'll probably still buy their stuff. But honestly, I will not buy their single steps because I'm not going to pay $100 for a record just because there's one less step in the pressing process. In my opinion, if there's one less step, if there's less steps in the process to make the stamper, in my opinion, that's less time. But they say it's charged more because it's one step because it'll sound better. But personally, I have an Analog Productions Norah Jones record. You can see it here on the channel. That I know is cut from the analog tape because Analog Productions with Chad Kassem, they're very transparent on where their source is from. So, but me personally, I buy so much music that is more modern, that is digitally sourced. I don't really care, but I do like having audiophile grade vinyl because it does sound better than just the regular, off-the-shelf mass-produced records. So, but let me know, what do you think? Comment below, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep spinning them records. Thank you. Bye.